My dear friends, perfume lovers, enthusiasts, I'm sure that some of you started collecting perfumes way before I did, and that's for you probably have much bigger collection than I do. Nonetheless, I think that we all do mistakes with fragrances from time to time, just because we are human beings. That's for I decided not only to cover 3 most common mistakes that I see people doing with perfumes all the time, but also to share with you some helpful tips how to prevent them. And if you are a true perfume expert, please feel free to share your helpful experience in the comments with all of us. And now let me tell you about mistake number 1. How often did you see people taking their expensive perfume and spray it on their wrist just like that and then rubbing them together and smelling the fragrance? So, why is it actually wrong to rub your wrist together after applying perfume on them? Well, first of all, putting fragrances on your wrist is actually a nice move in case you want them to be noticeable throughout the day, because these are your pulse points where skin is nicely warm because of a good blood circulation, and so when you put perfume on your wrist, it will be noticeable throughout the day because it will evaporate quickly because of the heat. But when you rub your wrist together, having perfume on them, that will ruin those most delicate top notes, and unless you want them to disappear quite quickly, although they are pretty fast on their own, I don't recommend you to rub your wrist together. And I see people doing it all the time, and I'm wondering why. If you have any guesses, let me know them in the comments. Maybe they think that by doing this it will smell even more intense, but this is not the most accurate way to prolong the scent of your perfume. What you can do though, just apply your perfume on one wrist and then lightly dab it to another one, but my personal recommendation is just to put a few spritzes on each wrist, and then you'll be settled for the whole day. And also enjoy your amazing perfume in its full beauty from start to finish, because we don't want to miss on those top notes. So here comes the second mistake, and I'm pretty much sure this happened at least once to everyone, so let me know if you've ever experienced an amazing fragrance on somebody and you wanted to know what this is, and then when you found out, you went to the store and you found that fragrance and you just bought it, and then you came home, you smelled it on your skin and it just didn't smell the way you had it in your head. And that, my friends, is all because of our body chemistry. Of course, we all have different skin, and perfumes perform differently on everybody's skin. Some people have oily skin, some people have dry skin, neutral skin, or it can lean towards different nuances. It's very complex, and that's for I recommend you to always try perfume on your skin before you buy it, and preferably give it some time to develop, because sometimes it can smell nicely when you first spray it, and in the dry down you won't even stand it. Or it can be the opposite way. First you might find it challenging, but afterwards in the dry down you'll be rewarded for your patience. So body chemistry is a huge deal, and when you enjoy some perfume on your friend or colleague, definitely try it on your skin before buying it, just to prevent loss of money, because I'm sure that happened to some of us, that we bought perfume, it didn't work out for us, and then we kind of like gifted it to someone. And I'm pretty lucky to have neutral skin, so the majority of fragrances smell exactly the same on my skin as they do on the paper, but you need to be careful, because sometimes, and I've heard it from so many people, that they thought this perfume is amazing, and you know, even reviewers might rave about a certain fragrance because it works out on them, but then you buy it, even blind buy it. Like blind buys not only from the internet, some people go to the store and they don't even smell it on their skin, which I don't understand. So definitely do that. That will help you to save some money. Third mistake, don't keep your precious, expensive perfumes that you treasure under direct sunlight or in the room with the changing temperature, because those two factors damage your perfumes tremendously. And I'm guilty on keeping my perfumes not necessarily exposed to the light, but still I have my lights in front of which I film my videos, and then these little ones, and then the window is sometimes open, and it is not always very cold in this room, so you know, they recommend to keep perfumes in the original bottles that they come in. But honestly, I want to look at my perfumes. Sometimes I even forget what I own, so I love to see all of them and not keep them nicely stored somewhere in a dark corner. So yeah, that is the best way to keep your perfumes and just to make sure that they will last for decades. But if you have it under the direct sunlight, they will oxidize for sure, they will evaporate. You don't want to do that. Some people even invest into wine coolers, and that might be the step that I need to do, but then again, I don't know where to keep those things. So let me know how you deal with that, because sometimes I'm so worried that my perfumes will turn bad, but then again, that's kind of like the question, do I want to look at my perfumes and have a nice overview, or do I want to keep them safe for many years, but then wear them even less than I already do? Having said that, guys, I think that those very expensive fragrances, like let's say this one from exclusive collection by Chopard, should be kept away from light and changing temperature, and they usually come in very pretty boxes, so you know, there are even these protecting bags, but at the same time, although the box is really pretty, I would prefer to look at my perfume. So if you have any tips for me, I'd love to know them, but I just wanted to let you know, if you keep your perfume in the box, it is probably most safe. And that's all. Those were 3 very common mistakes that I am sure a lot of people do. Let me know if you know any other. Maybe you want me to continue talking about mistakes and how to prevent them. I would like to know your feedback overall in the comments, and what do you think about this video idea in general. Would you like to see more videos like this, in which I not necessarily talk about perfume in the way it smells, but just explore perfume topics? And if you have any ideas and interesting subjects for me to discuss, I would love to chat with you in the comments. Let me know your most horrible mistake that you've ever done with perfume. I'm very curious about that. And on that note, if you would like to see more from me, check out the description box. There I will leave a few helpful links for you, as well as links to my social media where you can follow me and support me on other platforms like Patreon. And on that note, thank you so much for being here with me. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to ring that bell, because I've seen in my analytics that not everybody has done that yet, so please make sure to ring that bell, hit it, so you will be updated about my brand new videos. And please make sure to like this one. I'm super happy to see your likes, and have a nice day. Make sure to stay tuned, smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys!